finally finished my new shed in Farquhar today. I'll be all set to go to my new branch line tomorrow.
Ugh, enough about your branch line. As if we haven't heard enough about it the last 2 weeks.
I'm finally going to see the world, and you're jealous.
Rubbish! If anything, we'll be much happier here without you, gawking at all hours of the night. Finally, we'll have some peace and sophistication, won't we, Henry?
Quite right, Gordon. Hello, everyone. What do you think of my splendid new paint?
Oh, it's the new guy. What on earth is that ridiculous color?
Something new for the railway. NWR red. Shiny, spotless, and important.
Puh! A paint color isn't important, and if it were, then my blue coat would be most important. Now, we can't rule out my green paint. Nonsense, Henry.
So, these are the sheds, eh? Kinda cramped, if you ask me.
I told the fact director about these sheds years ago. Cramped, leaky roof, cold in the winter, hot in the summer.
Disgusting, if you ask me.
I'd appreciate your comments to be delivered in a more, respectable manner. Especially from my veteran engines.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now we got that out of the way. I'd like you three to know that your request will be granted. Tonight will be the last night. You will be sleeping in these sheds. I've managed to launch an agreement with the LMS to extend your railway to the bridge and barrow. That means, Gordon, you will terminate there rather than here, making Vickerstown no longer a terminus. Therefore, I'm moving the rest of you to Tidmouth. We have a new facility there, with a larger shed for all the four of you to sleep in. Jobish, you will be moving to your branch line, of course.
Oh, yes, sir.
Now, before anything else happens, that will make me change my mind. I'll be heading home for the night. Good night, engines.
Good night, sir. Ah, a new shed. Good riddance to this dump. Have a little more respect and care, James. These sheds have served us well over the last few years.
Speak for yourself.
Agreed. Well, I suppose we might as well make the most of tonight. It'll be our last night together. Might as well end on a high note.
Oh, it'll be high, all right. No more annoying tank engines.
No more pompous big blue engines.
No more.
Enough. How about one of my old stories?
Pah!
Stories? What are we, children?
I'll take a story only to stop all the arguing. Fine, make it quick.
All right, then. This is the story of a long-lost, beautiful engine. Years ago, an engine was being worked on by two men who both loved the engine very much. One was an aspiring mechanic, the other an aspiring engineer. They lived in a big world, and their aspirations were even bigger. One day, the young engineer had to go away, and the mechanic stayed behind to finish the engine. The engine was beautiful and was painted in the most stunning colours and had gold brass fittings. But one day, something had gone horribly wrong. The engineer returned, but was found heartbroken at the actions of his friend, the mechanic. No one knows what or why, but he swore revenge against his friend, swearing to destroy all of which he loved. Fearing the worst, the mechanic went back to the engine he had worked so long on, and the two ran away one stormy night. No one knows what happened to either man since, or the engine. Some say the engine and mechanic crashed in the fury of the storm. Others say the engineer had taken his revenge, but all anyone knew is that neither were seen ever again.
Very uplifting, Edward.
Why would you tell such a dismal story? There's a lesson to be learned in all of this. Arguing and bickering caused the beauty in the moment of time to be lost forever, never to be seen again. Tonight's our last night together. Let's make it a beautiful one, and not ruin it. That, and I figure to keep you quiet about things and give you something else to think about. Is this story even true?
Puh! Don't be ridiculous. Never has anything like that ever happened.
Never say never, Gordon. Good night, everyone.
The year is 1970. The line railway has reached peak efficiency. With 4 branch lines fully established and a productive main line, my rank of mostly steam engines is showing the world who we are. We have completed work at the new standard narrow gauge quarry at Blue Mountain, which suffered minor but unorthodox issues at opening. The Earl Sir Robert Norby has also begun the construction of a special Ulfstead branch line to lead to Ulfstead Castle, an effort my engines have only minorly been involved in. Their focus has been on the expansion of the main engine yards in between Knapford and Tidmouth, leading to the harbour, allowing for proper allocation for marshalling the now longer trains. We have arranged for a new small shunter named Rosie to play the role of our new station pilot to replace Duck. All is well on the island, and we hope to remain this way forever.
Well said, sir. Is that all for today's chapter in your memoir?
Yes, that'll do.
Yes, sir. Sir, you have a guest waiting here for you. He says he's from BR.
Ah, sent him in. He phoned in this morning. Ah, good morning, Sir Charles.
So happy we could schedule this meeting.
I hope this meeting goes better than our previous meetings I've had with you and your group. Yes, sir.
Oh, we were hoping to work together.
After all these years, not so efficient after all, eh?
I'll cut to the chase. We're having a problem in the northwestern region of BR, specifically in the area of Barra. There's an overwhelming amount of diesel locomotives in need of basic repairs and maintenance, as well as a place to stay.
What were you thinking of? My works are already needed to handle my own engines.
We've done some scouting and we found these old facilities in Vickerstown. Your old engine sets. We wish to convert them into a place where diesels can be repaired and bring along some of the technology and expertise to run it. This will be of no cost to you, of course, and your engines will be more than welcome to use it.
That sounds nice, but I'm afraid I cannot spare the engines or supplies at present. We are busy with our own projects.
Understandable. We'd be happy to provide those as well. We have an array of shunters on hand to handle the small distance of travel between Vickerstown and Barrow, so don't worry on your end. All we need is your permission, Sir Charles.
Those sheds do need to be torn down. That could benefit us in the railway, to offload our works as well.
Do we have a deal?
I believe we do.
Very good. I'll return to head office, get a contract written up, and we'll make the deal official.
What on earth? Excuse me, important supplies coming through. The indignity! Stopping an express train for a small goods train. Who are these engines anyway?
Not sure, Gordon. They look familiar, though. Well, looks like we can go again.
Great. I'll be delayed again. Gordon, what time is this?
Aye, Doug is delayed because of you and he's bringing thirds of supplies for the yard.
It's not my fault. I was delayed at Vickerstown due to some numbskull allowing a small train pulled by some diesel to pass in front of me. The express of all trains. The indignity. I apologize, Gordon. I'd forgotten to mention that. It wouldn't be so bad if I wasn't pressed for time on these extra express runs.
The freight hasn't been much kinder, especially with the yard project.
Really? Why have you all not mentioned this to me before now?
Ugh, we haven't had the time, sir. We're too busy.
I apologise. I'll look into help for you all, but the other railway has made an agreement with us to do some construction in Vickerstown, so expect delays.
Father, I had better not be delayed by construction. Might as well get an early start.
James. Oh no. What is it, Gordon? When he sees what I saw, he won't take it as well as I did.
Wait, what? Ah, what signalman fell asleep this time? I'll look into it, James. Stay here. It's not like I have many options. What the? Oh, hello. Have we ever met before? Even if we did, I wouldn't try to remember you. Oh,
Paxton,
is this engine giving you trouble? Depends on if he wants it.
Dizzy Diesels, James. You're getting in the way of our work.
Last time I checked, this was our railway, so you're in the way of my work. Given that you were in a siding, aren't we not in the way? Yuck! We were sent here to help build a new works facility and sheds here, tearing down the old sheds and structures while building new ones. A diesel works of sorts. What sheds are you tearing down? Those old ones back there. Quite an eyesore if you ask me.
Speaking about sure eyes, what do you think of him hauling him back in with the rest of this scrap lot? Might have to bid a few bits to spare. Well, I'm sure he wouldn't mind coming along.
You two! You disgusting, murdering... Oh, hi everyone. I'm a little confused. What is it that you're all discussing?
This pile of old rusted iron right here next to you.
Where? I only see a steam engine.
It is the steam engine, bumble buffers. Bah! Comedians never explain a joke. Now it's all ruined. Good job, you little runt. Ought to scrap you next.
Good riddance. Did I do something wrong, Norman? I suppose your overall jubilation is unbefitting for that cantankerous cluster. Wait, what? They don't like your pleasant tone. And neither do I. Get out of here. This yard or my island. Hey, James. It was due to signal error. Come on, let's go. Good riddance. Yuck. Afternoon, Rosie. Afternoon, Doc. I'm really getting a hand at this shunting yard. It's all so new to me. Well, it's new to all of us. It wasn't here when I worked the yards. I could stay behind to help out. No, you can't. You brought down this ballast train with your coaches. Your return train is due out soon. Never mind, Doc. I can manage. I like the branch line, but I do miss the yards. They are nice. You get to see so many wonderful engines here. Like the big engines. Oh, I wouldn't necessarily call them wonderful. Maybe, but I've heard so much about them. Oh, and you, of course. I see you're meeting. My apologies, I just want to fit in with the others, too. Feel like I have a home here. You do. Sodor's a home for everyone. You can't not fit in, because we're all mixed-matched. Anyways, I have your ballast train. Oh, it's not for me. That would be mine, my old waterfowl friend. You? Ow! I've been sent to lead the other diesels in helping with the new diesel works in Vickerstown. They needed more ballast and you happen to have it. Who said this is yours? Like I'm going to help you out? Interesting. I remember your Great Western Way requires you to do your work without fuss. Well, and delivering the ballast was your job, right? Well, then it wouldn't be Great Western of you to refuse to give me the ballast, correct? Bother. Checkmate. Hand it over. Ow! This isn't like the last time, Duck. You won't get rid of me that easily.
So the monsters are tearing down the old sheds at Vickerstown.
Our old ones?
Those ruddy old sheds. They're an eyesore to look at. Good riddance. I couldn't care less what they're doing as long as they don't get in my way.
You're all missing the point. This shouldn't be happening. Maybe something good could come. Shush, Rosie. The big engines are talking.
But might be best for you, lass. You didn't want to cuss them down. If they're just tearing old buildings down, there's no reason why they shouldn't be here. Besides, you hated the sheds yourself, the one night you stayed in them.
No! Listen, I don't care what those things on the other side of the Vickerstown Bridge do, but on our side, it's our business. Today it's Vickerstown and the old sheds. Tomorrow, who knows? Remember Barrow? Back in the 50s, when there were coal hoppers and water towers abound and friendly steam engines working together every day? Then suddenly it all disappeared. Poof! Then there's oil depots and scrap yards and dirty diesels everywhere, and we thought we were safe here. But now we're not. They've breached our borders, and they will continue to if we let them. Sure, they tore down our old sheds, but what stops them there? What if they move west to take out Crovan's Gate? Or Wellsworth, or here! Stupid Diesel.
What?
Ugh, I saw Diesel at the yards.
Of course you've seen a Diesel. We all have today.
No, not I, Diesel. Diesel!
Not that putrid freak who told lies about us.
Wait, that Diesel? The one you told us about? Yes, and it gets worse. Those diesels that nearly took you, Gordon, are here too, and many more nonsensical ones.
Ah, now something don't seem right about this.
I'll tell you why. It's the beginning of the end.
So how'd you get wrapped up in this operation? BR wanted an engine on site to examine the final operations and make sure the equipment is sufficient for use. And I need to stick by you, Norman. You've been tinkering with that thing for years. How much longer do you need me? I can only work in my free time, Norman. You know I don't have a lot of it. You seem troubled. You ever felt unfulfilled in your purpose in life? You're speaking to one of the largest engine failures in history. Sorry. You see, that's what I mean, Norman. You were the only engine I've ever built and designed from scratch. I took care of the old gang. I've helped build and design dozens of new classes, and I've never been satisfied. I'm responsible for the construction of multiple classes, and I'm not happy with a single one of them. Some of them have failed, but the higher-ups don't care. I do. And I get little reward. I wanted to help show the world and BR what diesels are capable of. And I finally got the chance to do so. And yet, I don't feel right. It's not working. BR doesn't care. That's why I'm taking my time, Norman. I want to get it right. I see your point. As one of the first in a long line of many failures of my diesel brethren, I know how frustrating things could be. Perhaps a change of scenery is what you need. Where could I even go? Besides, I need rest. You do as well. Very well, sir. Good evening.
Good night. Put a spark in it, Jolly Greed.
Oh. Good night, Diesel. I'm here to work, not make friends. Shut up. Oh. Oh, hi, Sydney. How was your day? I don't know. I don't remember. Oh. Right. Good night. Who are you? Why? Where's the boss? He said to meet him here when we're finished work.
No! He told you to meet him here when you finished work an hour ago! You're late!
Uh-oh. But it's kinda hard to search it.
Shut up! I gave you two an assignment to do. You are to blend in and continue your search. What are your reports?
No, nothing. I did see a bright blue bird, though.
You ain't looking for birds, you're looking for buffers! The only thing that's for the birds is you two.
Like bird food. You did call us dodos once, boss. Is that what you mean?
Quiet, you. You want everyone to know what we're doing? You two need to check all of the buffers and report back to us.
How were we supposed to know the difference between normal buffers and—
You mean you two didn't test them?
Test them how? Yeah, I didn't do that well in grade school. It's a miracle I carried you through 9th grade geometry.
Ugh, what are you two even talking about? Never mind. You need to test them. Physically. I don't care how, but you need to.
But—
No more questions. Get out!
Yes, boss.
Morons. They're morons. But they're morons with a job to do.
She's looking really nice.
You'd say that. She's a hodgepodge. Beauty comes in many forms, Peter. To you, she's a pile of parts. To me, she's one of the most important engines in the world. Well, because we made her. Here in this works. Like all steam engines, she was once a pile of parts lying around the place. But now we put her together here, at the works. The works are a sort of magic, you might say. How so? About a year or two ago, this was nothing but a pile of scrap with no use. Now she's coming together in something beautiful. Goes to show you that the most complicated repairs can be made here. It's what the works are for. She's like the steam engine itself. I like to think she's an example of all steam engines. From the old coffee pots to now. That's amazing. I love that. I guess it's cool. But I have more important things to love right now. Milady's waiting at home. How's she feeling? She's feeling fine. I'll be back tomorrow, Mr. C. No problem, Peter. Why don't you finish up and head on home yourself, Burnett? I could work on her forever, but alright, Mr. C.
Friendship fades as fire burns hot. The answers lie among those spurned by love. When an unlikely four come together, a lesson is taught. An engine revealed once thought to be disposed of.
What's wrong, milady? He knows. Alright, we got a big job today. We're clearing out some of the old roof. You two, take the iron beams to Croc's scrapyard in Wellsworth. You, I need you to go to Arlesboro West Harbor. Apparently, one of our deliveries was left there by mistake. You,
there are supplies left in some blue trucks for you.
I need you to work in Barrow. The rest of you are needed here for shunting.
Sorry we're late, boss. We was out late, doing extra work.
I don't care if you left my sister at the altar. You better be here on time.
Hard to know the time if you lack the modern timepiece.
The others seem to know how to be on time. You should ask them.
Okay, so guys—
Shut up!
He was being sarcastic, stupid!
Oh, for the love of— Alright, Sydney. You know what we have to do today, right? Yes. I think.
We're a bit behind today, Thomas. You've got to be better if we're going to continue running this railway.
Rubbish. One day won't make a difference.
Tell that to old Reliable, dear.
Morning, Thomas. Did you sleep well last night? Oh, yeah. You? Oh, you know, could have been a bit better. Oh, yeah. Did you hear her last night? I did. I asked Percy and Toby, but they never heard anything. They assured me it was probably nothing and not to worry. Yes. You've got a good group of friends that will look out for you, Thomas. I like having Boker and the twins around in my line, but I do miss the old days with my old friends. How I miss them. Did you just hear her whistle, or... She said something funny like, when an unlikely four come together, a lesson taught. Friendships fade as fire burns hot. That's what she told me. What does that even mean? Well, that means it's time for me to go. I will ponder that thought, though. Sounds worrying to me. Oh, I wouldn't just yet. Dreams can be rather cryptic. It's all about the analysis of it. Takes some thinking. Just focus on your job. Goodbye, Thomas.
Hurry up, we got bloody scrap to unload. Yeah, if you need help grinding stuff down, we'll do it in no time. Unlike where you two are from, we need time to properly break down scrap loads, and we don't have enough of it. Well, at least unload us. Well, our usual train is on the fritz, so we'll be a lot slower. Oi, how about turning that pile of oil into a generator or something? Better use for him.
I'll ignore that comment.
Pah! The only reason you're not in that junk pile is because they've got no time to scrap you.
And so I imagined you two would be so much faster. Perhaps you may have succeeded all those years ago, catching that engine Gordon and I saved.
That smelly four-eyed freak wasn't even the tip of the iceberg. There's been many before. And after. Many more. Like these old dinky things we found a few years back. Said they was found at WNS or something like that. Like it was the Willsworth or Sundry or something like that. Stupid things were heading to an heritage railway. They made a good display when we were done with them. Right.
Wait, you didn't.
Didn't what? You didn't buzz off for one thing. Don't you two have other work to do? We'd like to get back at it, but you're dinky scrap, you're slow.
Fine then. Keep to yourselves and quit your nonsense. We Sodor engines have work to do, and we're not going to get held back by two little shunters. Now do as you do best and stay in the yard.
If I did what I do best, I'd be ripping up your friend there.
And how could you exactly? You have no physical means.
Puh! Get a load of this Metrovic. Sticking up for the steamer. Disgusting. Next thing you know, they'll be building hybrids. What a waste.
That Diesel really gets my gauge. How dare he come back?
Never understood why you hate him so much.
Oliver, he came to our railway, insulted me and my friends, and tried to frame me for all of it.
Sounds like something any Diesel could do. Maybe that's why he's just called Diesel.
You don't know him like I do, Oliver. His oily voice and disgusting tone.
This oily voice?
So glad to know that you think so highly of me.
Oh, so you're the famous Diesel.
Perhaps I am. I see Duck has told you all about me. Did he conveniently leave out the part where he made the tracks laugh at me?
Rubbish. You know I didn't.
The hero of one story is the villain of another.
Why are you here?
I'm here because the supplies I need are here, and I need to take them there to Vickerstown from here.
Why would your supplies be here in the first place?
Because they were delivered here by mistake.
Rubbish! There are no mistakes here. We run our line properly, like the Great Western.
And just like the Great Western, you were kept around far too long.
and surely that was a mistake. Pah! Now, where are my trucks? In the 4 sidings. We haven't moved the other trucks yet. Typical. Allow me. You idiot!
I'll...
Do what? Tell the Fat Controller? So he'll send me away again? Do me the pleasure of doing so then, Duck, my friend. Let me leave this wretched place. Oh, but you don't want me to have what I want, do you? Figures. For now I'll continue my personal torture of breathing the toxic fumes you engines spew, knowing every second you'll be hating it as much as I do, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's lose-lose, my foul friend. I have half a mind to save it. There's far worse out there than him. Like what? What's your game, Boomer? Excuse me? You got the 2 stooges running around looking for buffers, and you got me here hiding instead of doing my work. What gives?
You have your orders, and you will follow them to my discretion.
We'll see how far your direction gets you when I decide to stop following you. Now spill it or I'll smash you.
You lack the metal. Spill it! It started around 1914. I was a young apprentice for the newly established Crowensgate Works. Alongside a then childhood friend of mine, Burnett. Burnett and I worked together with a man of the works I called Mr. C. We started cleaning odds and ends. We began to work on bigger projects, helping to soon fix and build an engine. The engine would be small, and under Mr. C's guidance we slowly put it together in the afternoons after our schooling. At the time I was seeing a lovely local townsgirl, Tasha. The 3 of us were good friends until the war broke out. I was drafted. Burnett wasn't. He was asthmatic. Couldn't fight. I said goodbyes to Tasha, which were even sadder knowing she had fallen ill. I left to fight in what was then the Great War. I came home in the middle of a fierce storm, and life had changed forever. Pete! You're home! Shut up! What is this? Look, Tasha needed someone. Lies! Why? You weren't here. She wanted comfort. And we thought, after the letter stopped, liar! It wasn't his fault. I needed someone. I needed to be taken care of. He was there. I'm sorry, Pete. But it's over. Oh, it's over all right. You'll steal my love, and I'll take yours. You'll regret this. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. Bother! It's been a while since I kicked my... Assuming he didn't mean me. Who was the love that he plans to steal? Oh no. The next morning I went to the works to get the engine. Burnett and Mr. C weren't there. Neither was the engine which I had heard had been completed in my absence. The men of the works said that Mr. C and Burnett took her into the night for a test ride and never returned. I was furious. He had taken everything from me, even the opportunity to take what he loved. He stole that too. I thought it was over. I assumed they'd crash. However, I realized there was more than met my eye. The engine's whistle. I've heard it. She lives and she's in hiding. What rubbish! You wanted to know. Mr. C used to tell us the stories of a magical railway while we worked. I thought it was nonsense, but it could only be the case. It had to be. The stories spoke of magic buffers and maybe, just maybe they exist. And she's hiding there with Burnett. And I want her found, destroyed.
That's where you come in. Years ago I met a designer, Pilkington.
I commissioned a claw to scrap engines and I wanted to attach it to a diesel. He agreed, and years later, here we are. That thing above your head, I didn't just give it to you just to look nicer. I made you something more than you were before. Before I found you, you were merely average. Now, you're greater. Do you hear what they say about you? 10 out of 10 for devious deeds and brutal strength. One of the most feared and respected among the Diesels. You're practically the ultimate Diesel. Don't forget this. I have big plans for you, and I need you to be patient on my behalf. I'm thinking I'm starting to get the whole picture. You will finish what he started, but like me, you must wait. I am close, and I think he knows it too. There you go. Vans for Douglas. Those trucks are for Sydney, I think. Now to get the next train. Okay, Sydney. We finally figured out where we needed to go. Now, what trucks do we need? The vans. You had better be right. Ah, Rosie, where are the vans I need to take to Normandy? I'd left them over there, next to Sydney's trucks. Oh no, he must have taken the wrong ones. Who's Sydney? One of the many Diesels working.
Ah, the daft bugger, trying to take my work, disgraceful things.
I'll speak to the yard manager. Maybe we can flag it down. Ah, what a prat. And then the scunner was sitting outside Willsworth. Oh, unbeknownst, and I had to find him, switch chains, and only then could I finish my job. It's getting worse. Diesel bashed ballast all over the harbour. Oliver and I had to clear it up. I heard from Boko that those iron blockheads were taunting Edward with scrap. Right, I am nauseated and disgusted. I am tired of these increasing indignations, and it's time that we intervened with their abhorrent affairs. Since when did James have a variegated vocabulary? Shut it, Henry. My vocabulary isn't variegacious. I know many words. Based on that response, never. Those monsters crawled in here and from day one have been nothing but trouble. And I'm sick of it. This is what I warned you about, not days ago, or weeks, or months, but years. Our day of reckoning is fast approaching, and it's up to us to decide our fate. This is our island, and it's time we reminded them of that. Aye! Here! What we need is an engine who can show them up without even knowing, but they know all of us. What's going on? Ah, just who I needed to see. Are you sure about this, James? Of course I am! Just a little trick. I didn't know. It sounds like sabotage to me. What? No. A trick, maybe, but sabotage. No way. And even if it was, it'd serve them right after what they put us through. Besides, those stupid trucks play games on us all the time, so no one will be the wiser. Why can't you do it? I don't happen to have the same rapport with the trucks as you do.
You've been doing a great job running the yard, and the trucks know to trust you.
I guess. Are you sure about this, James? You got a better idea?
I suppose not.
Hey, can you guys hold back on the hill? We know you trucks like a good trick. Who's asking? A friend. I'm sure we can work something out for you. And it begins. Oh, never mind. I'll take you to Vickerstown.
Just another day of this never-ending drain of my design.
I take it this isn't your first breakdown?
Nor my last. I like to work harder, but I'm only so limited.
I get the feeling. I wasn't the best build. What class are you?
I'm one of a kind, an oddity of sorts.
Oh, so you're unique. There's dozens of me, and we're not that great.
You seem fine.
Yeah, but now that's being cared for. There's a nice railway here.
Show up those fools, Bear.
Most of the time.
Surrounded by steam. And I thought they were lying on the other railway, but they're still going on here.
And strong, too. They're a resilient bunch.
Resilience and stubbornness run a very blurred line.
It depends on who you are. Who knows, after all is said and done, maybe you'll stay behind.
Not likely. In fact, in all honesty, I don't even know if I'll have a job when this is done. The way of this world, BR is planning on clearing house, and not just steam engines, but inefficient ones too.
Not surprised. They were never the patient type.
What's your problem? The usual. What brought it on? I was going fine till I reached the hill, then the truck started holding back. It strained the engine. The trucks, eh? Who prepped your trucks? The pink shunter. She was in the yards with a big green one and a slightly smaller red one. Oh, really?
Along, I need clear tracks.
You shunted Barrow, right?
Yeah, what's it to you?
You prep trains for them, right?
Maybe I do.
I'm going to need your help with something. Something's afoul in the air, and I think it's awful stinky.
Right, now remember the plan. Yeah, shut up. Right.
I still don't know why it has to be me.
Because you're dinky enough. Shush.
All right, no nonsense.
We'll give him nonsense. Now!
What the?
Hurry.
goodness! Call for help.
Oh, there goes the weekend.
Has anyone seen my wheel? And has anyone got an Advil?
What day is it now?
What happened? Breakaway. The trucks chased me and I narrowly escaped. Right. We'll launch an investigation. In the meantime, proceed safely.
Ugh, my aching axles.
Your axles hurt? Try holding back an engine uphill.
Try hurtling downhill at 60 kilometers an hour, hurtling off the tracks into buffers.
Alright, fair point. But I'm sick of the steam engines using us to their advantage.
Wait, steam engines? You mean the diesels?
Yeah, the steam engines didn't send us to our death.
Diesels still don't ram us around the yard.
Yeah!
You're all so dense. You've been given the regulator, yet you wish to jump clear. We've had a clear advantage in these upcoming times. I've sensed a rise in tension that's above us trucks. It surrounds the engines of all means of propulsion. Rolling stock is out of the equation in the eyes of the engines. And thus every equation has an equalizer. That's us.
How?
For years I wondered why we're at the bottom of the totem pole, barely scratching any sense of importance of power. Being ripped apart has changed me. My rebuild has given me clarity. We are right where we need to be, overlooked and held back, perfectly placed. We hold the power in our majority. Think about it. We have access with all these feuding families. Imagine if we continue this, play right into their buffers, then boom! They're in shambles and we have the power. Genius! You see, my hellacious homeboys, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration.
Consider me inspired.
Don't sweat it, Scruffy. Yeah, we'll be doing it for you. Let them continue to play their games. For this game of chess, we've become the kings.
Ow, 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 ow. My axles, my axles.
Hold on, James. Something may be up.
Bother! Dirty trucks, dirty tricks.
We've run a hotbox. Lord knows how. It's gonna be some time before we can get going again. We should have checked the trucks back at Barrow.
Wait. Barrow?
Oh, you've got to be kidding. What was that, James?
Oh, nothing, driver. Just noticed the axles aren't the only tricky thing around here.
Here's your delivery! That doesn't look like the steel beams required. Well, what I mean? Dizzy Diesels, you brought the wrong lot!
No, I didn't. A nice red engine told me to bring these. Oh, did he?
Gordon, where on earth are your coaches?
You tell me, I've been waiting for ages. Can I help you with something, Gordon?
Yes. Where are my coaches, you rolling box?
I, don't know what you mean.
You idiot! Where are they?
I suppose you could try to locate the carriages on your own. Well, I...
Don't forget it!
If you want something done right, you do it yourself.
Where are my trucks? All these steaming shelters can't even figure out how to put two trucks together. Thank you so much for letting me help you out today, Rosie.
I don't mind the extra help. Did you prep those extra trucks I need?
I think I did. As to where they are, who knows? I think I do.
Oliver, where are those ballast trucks I shot in here? I need to go to the yard.
Oh, Diesel has them.
What?
You... My apologies, my great Western gentleman. The pier is slipperier than I thought. Shame about the ballast, though.
Those trucks will go right out to sea.
Not my problem. It's a shame to have it on such an efficient branch.
Oh, it is so on.
How exactly?
Him, exactly.
You blithering blockheads!
So sorry, my oily operator. Things manage to slip up from time to time. I guess this just so happened to be one of them.
Grrr.
Lost 6!
Where's Henry? He's late with my passengers. There's been an accident up the line. Another one? That's the third this week, and it's only Tuesday. Yes, Thomas. Sorry, it's been frustrating. They blocked the line ahead, and they're allowing one train to pass at a time. Douglas's train is derailed, and the rescue team is clearing the mess. Donald's there swearing on the names of those diesels. It's getting ridiculous. The accidents? It's more than the accidents. There's been a lot of mayhem on the island lately. I'll say every connection with the main line for our line is late, passengers and goods. Other than that, we've been running like clockwork. You have no idea how much of a blessing it is to hear. In all honesty, this chaos is worrying with all the dreams I've been having. You keep hearing that same phrase too? I've heard it in all the whistles too. No one else does. Daisy thinks I'm crazy. I have a feeling that those whistles are a premonition for things to come. I think it's a warning. Warning us about what? Whatever this is leading to. Feeling better, Norman?
Yes, I am. Thank you for asking.
Say, Norman, have you been hearing weird noises at night? Like a high-pitched whistle?
It's a steam railway. There are tons of whistles.
This one, seems different. It's more whispery and dreamlike. And this voice keeps telling me something.
What voice?
I don't know. All I know is that she said...
She?
The engine revealed once thought to be disposed of.
What on earth are you talking about? The answers lie among those spurned by love.
I don't know. You're smart, Norman. I figured you'd know.
Paxton, you, green guy.
Yes, Diesel?
Don't you have work to do?
Yes, I'm just resting to talk to...
I don't care. Rest is for the weary. And those steam kettles are the weary. Get back to it. Oh, Paxton. You and your friends are getting awfully banged up. No thanks to you. We're doing your dirty work too. It takes two to tango, you know. I prefer being a solo act. Hey, like you're better than all this, I bet. You see the problem, right?
I do, and what's it to you? Let's just say I'm a bit of a problem solver of sorts. I know what you need. I can pull a few wheels if you're interested. And if I'm not, I have a tendency of getting my way, one way or another. I'd hate for any of my boys to hurt any of the others. Too much. Even if you know what I need, where might I get it? I've got some, how you say, old friends. You might consider a little, oily. Over in Barrow. They're good for their work. Their services come highly recommended. All I'm thinking is that you gotta flip the script. It's all you're getting from me. I bet you're smart enough to do the rest. I like your thinking. Oi, Diesel! The plan worked to perfection. Who cares? I've been thinking. That's a new one. Shut up. We're going nowhere. If we keep sabotaging the Steamies, they'll continue to sabotage us. No matter how big and bad things get, we won't win. But we Diesels have something the steam engines lack. The ability to sacrifice. If they expect sabotage on their own, but not one of us. I'm proposing a self-inflicted move. By sacrificing our own to misdeeds, we'll frame not only the steam engines, but we can avert the tension to the fall guy. Excuse me, but who among us would want to be the one willing to do the act? Well, we know what you mean, Den. Where's Splatter and Dodge? I've hardly seen those two idiots. I usually see them scrounging around other lines as they're dropping off supplies. Whenever we call out to them, they act all surprised and nervous. Blasted fools.
Hi guys, what's up? I just finished that extra work, Diesel.
Ah, Paxton. Just who I needed to see. I have another job for you, Paxton, but it needs to be done tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
We've had some fuel delivered here by mistake. I need you to take it to Tidmouth tomorrow afternoon.
Alright. What should I do for now?
Go find Sydney. The blockhead is probably confused about what he's trying to do.
Alright. Good boy.
Den, prepare some special fuel tankers, please. The ones they use in the far sidings at Barrow. You, mean the rickety ones? Yes. Tomorrow we'll see how the Kettles combat sabotage, framed to be one of their own. Ruddy things. Surprised these weren't leaking yet.
What was that?
Oh, I was just looking at the tankers. No, what I mean is...
Never mind. So these are the ones I'm supposed to take to Tidmouth?
No, yes, I mean... Diesel's Den. He means yes. Take care on your journey. Fuel can be rather dangerous.
I know.
That was too close. He'll be saying that soon. Good save there, Den. He won't be saying that.
What was that? Driver, slow down!
Paxton, I'm trying.
Uh-oh! Help! Help!
Oh, shut up! James, what were you thinking? What do you mean? Oh, sorry. We have no brakes. What else can go wrong with these ruddy tankers? What's that smell? Oh, glory. We can't stop these things, and now they're on fire. What were they thinking in Barrow? Well, I know what I'm thinking. We need to break free. Speed up, driver. Also, warn everyone you can.
The Express shunted the indignity. Oh, settle down, Gordon.
It's a runaway that stopped us. You want to end up in a wreck?
At least I'd be doing my job.
Gordon!
Who is that?
I don't know. Better question. What is that smell?
That!
Get clear! Fire! Fire!
What the dickens?
He's heading towards the sheds.
Those dastardly diesels!
Never mind that, Gordon. We need to hurry. We may be needed to help.
Yeah, help pry that fool away from my sheds.
All right. What are you doing? Sorry. Bad fuel. Caught fire. Run away. Oh, I see. So can the rest of the island with that mushroom cloud. There's likely a fire. We'll head back up to Old Trough and raise the alarm. Come on. Oh, my Godred!
It's all on fire!
Never mind that, you two. Until emergency crews arrives, we need help to control the fire. You two are all that we have. We have buckets, cups, and hoses. Do you two have water? We were due out with trains. We should be pretty full. It'll have to do.
Right. We're hardly doing a thing! Keep going there, chaps! Help is nearly on the way! You're holding her back!
Thank you for the encouragement, but we really could use more help. No worries, Henry, we're here.
Citizens, you've done your duty here. We'll take over. That fire is bigger than anything we've ever seen. You need us. We'll be fine, citizen. We're concerned about the potential spread, and we need you two to lead evacuation from Tidmouth. Those smoke clouds are getting there. I'll be doing a flyover to check to see if anyone is trapped.
Right, come on, Gordon.
Right.
What's the holdup? My passengers are mad. Oh, and mine are just dandy. You snarky little steam... Oh, shut up, James. Some things are bigger than you. Like what? What's wrong, you two? Yeah, you look and smell awful. More so than usual.
Tankers. Fire. Tidmouth. Sheds. Burning. The rescue team arrived to finish the job, but it's quite a mess. We were moved to evacuation duties.
The sheds?
Good news, chaps. The fire is out. Unfortunately, the sheds cannot be saved. So top of that is cancelling all services and acting all engines to report back to the sheds.
Oh no.
What about the evacuees? Buses will be taking them back and others to Tidmouth to the other places. But after today's event, she just wants things closed off.
I'd imagine so.
Better get moving then.
Oh no. What you'll see before you is what remains of our Tidmouth sheds. Thankfully, the efforts of Bill, Flynn, Harold, Gordon, and Henry, as well as the rest of the rescue team and some of our workmen, have managed to contain and stop the spread. No casualties have been reported, and the damage was mainly to the sheds. I, with the rescue team, will be undergoing an investigation to figure out what happened here.
Oh, I have my assumptions.
I was a witness. Was that little scamp of a Diesel.
I bet Diesel was behind this. Aye, him and the other brats have been giving us grief for too long. Send them all back. Here, here.
Silence! I don't know what has occurred here and over the past few weeks, but I'm well aware that as many accidents have happened to the visiting Diesels as you lot here.
They had it coming.
Is that a confession, James? As I thought. As I said, I don't know what is going on with you guys and the Diesels, but I'm becoming worried. Trains are being delayed, accidents are on the rise, and goods horribly mishandled, and I know it's not just the Diesels. All of you better sharpen up, as now your workload will increase. Now, along with helping with the yard's expansion, as well as occasionally helping in Vickerstown. Helping where? Silence! I have far worse things to deal with right now than carrying on with your nonsense. Anyways, along with the aforementioned duties and your usual work, we will now need to rebuild the shed, and based on the way you all are carrying on, I'll happily postpone the build until you all act right.
But where will we be staying?
Excellent question, Henry. Based on your daily responsibilities, I have placed you to stay at other places on the island. Duck and Oliver, I know you two usually alternate sleeping at Tidmouth and Allsborough West, depending on who finishes at which end of the line. Now, you'll both stay at Allsborough West, along with Donald and Douglas. Boko, you'll stay with Wellsworth with Edward. Rosie, you can stay at Farquhar with Thomas, Percy, and Toby. Gordon, Henry, James, and Bear, you'll stay at the sheds near Elsbridge. And I want no buts. Now, everyone, report to your sheds, and I want no complaints. How did this happen?
Well, if it isn't Mr. Demolition himself.
What was wrong with those tankers?
You tell me. You sabotaged the sheds. This is bad for us diesels.
But I
understand, Paxton. The hatred the steam engine showed towards you was getting to you. And I feel as if you haven't been in your mind as of late. It's understandable if you lost your temper, lost control, and destroyed those sheds. I admit I'm impressed in your work, but displeased with the means that had to come about because of it.
But,
however, you've put us in an awkward predicament of sorts. The Fat Controller will be coming after us for the damages, and we may not be able to complete our new facility. This was important for all diesels, not just here, but within the area of Barrow. This project was bigger than us all, and you've ruined its integrity.
I didn't even do it on purpose.
Now, Paxton, I know you aren't in your right mind lately, hearing strange whistles and such.
Norman, you didn't.
Oh, he did. He told me and the others about it while you were gone, and when you didn't come back, we got worried. And then we heard the news, and it all came together.
But I'm not crazy or anything.
No one said you're crazy, you loon. But no one did not say it.
Either way, we think it's best you don't stay with us for the time being. Best to let the flames fizzle out, so to speak. Oops. Poor word choice.
But
I'm sorry, Paxton. Just trying to clear your head a bit.
Good riddance. No, wait, what I mean is... No! You had it right this time!
Why are you all laughing? Your friend just got sent away.
We don't know. Why I'll be laughing?
Driver?
I guess Barrow for the night.
I didn't cause that accident on purpose.
You didn't. Between you and me, I think you were set up.
Doesn't matter now. I'm all alone again.
Never mind that, Paxton. We've done it before and we'll do it again. Now we'll speak with the signalman and see if we can cross the bridge.
Oh, the boss will rip us apart this time. Yeah, literally. Shut up, Hey, Paxton! What are you doing all the way out here? I've been sent away. Oh, yeah, we heard you did a bang-up job at Tidmouth. It was an accident. Oh, yeah, we all have accidents. Besides, Dodgy here was an accident. Wait, what? You could always come back with us. No. Earth to splatter. The boss will kill us if we bring other diesels in. Think about it. Another engine to help us blend in and find the buffers. Then the boss can figure this plan out so much faster. Fine. But you better be the one to explain it to him. I can hear you. Both of you. Oh. I guess I can come with you.
Alright, Paxton, we're clear to... What are those two idiots doing here?
We're, going with them.
Oh, great.
Get out.
What?
Stay out of this.
Why? I don't want to see any of you for a long time. And I don't want to share a shed with any of you. But I haven't done anything to you or anyone else. And I don't trust that you won't.
James! No, Henry, it's for the best of us.
Well, I can't stay in the shed with engines who don't trust me. I guess I'll go stay with Edward. If you do anything to Edward, don't bother finishing that sentence. I didn't do anything to you lot today or beforehand. so don't expect me to do anything in the future.
Why did we have to do that?
We cannot associate ourselves with those monsters in any way.
It's all about image, Henry. How does it look to the Diesels if we continue fraternizing among them? They've committed the ultimate indignation today by destroying the place that we called home for so many years to build theirs. It's disgraceful
and disgusting.
And I suppose it is despicable.
So you get it.
I don't like it.
Well, I don't like having to share my island with them, much less in this shed. Might as well try to sleep.
I suppose. Where are those two nitwits? I told them I'd rip them to shreds if they were late. Shush! Here they come! Oh no! Hide!
Hey, boss! We got a surprise for you!
Who's this? I thought I told you not to invoke anyone.
I told you. Shut up!
Well, I'm waiting. What's your excuse? I'm listening, unfortunately.
Well, Splatter here. Well, you see, our, old friend, Paxton here,
Oh, wait, you numbskull! I'm surrounded by idiots. You! State your business!
I, don't know my business. Splatter and Dodge let me come with them.
You know those two dipsticks?
Yes.
So then you know how stupid they are.
Well, yes, but to be fair, this was Splatter's idea only.
Shut up! So you understood how stupid they are, yet you listened to them. Then scream back to wherever you came from, and don't talk about what you saw here.
Except, I have nowhere to go.
That ain't my problem.
My friends kicked me out of the sheds for causing an accident on Sodor. I destroyed the sheds at Tidmouth for the steam engines. Yeah, you seen his work. He did a bang-up job. Literally. Yeah.
Quiet! You, come into the shed. We'll talk. One-on-one. Mano-y-mano. So you're an outcast, eh? Put into an unlikely situation and tossed aside. That island has scorned a lot of engines. More ways than you think. Scorned a lot of people, too.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what Splodge has been doing on your island?
Splodge?
The two dingbats outside. I ain't got time to say both their names.
Oh, well, they've been helping to build the diesel works.
To the naked eye, yes. But to those who look closely at them, which I don't recommend they doing for several reasons, they're doing much, much more. Years ago, my associate was wronged by someone. His heart was broken by his best friend. And now he wants to even the score, but he needs to find something first.
Find what?
What I'm gonna tell you doesn't leave this shit. On an insignificant island is a significant pair of buffers. They're not your usual buffers. They don't stop engines. They do the opposite. They let them through. They lead to another railway, supposedly.
What?
It doesn't make a lick of sense. And the big man over here, he's going off of what I call crackpot theories. However, he's sure of this.
How does he know?
He was an apprentice for this band called Mr. C. He didn't live on Sodor, but he worked at its works. He left late at night and was worked first thing in the morning. Told stories to the big man Boomer and his friend about a magic railway. He thought them as fairy tales, but now he realizes they are real.
Oh.
Now he needs me to destroy something,
Mr. C and his old friend built. Consider it revenge. Problem is, I can't just search the island for the buffers. If I could, I'd find them and get to the engine and tear it to shreds. So, why do you want to help him? Between you and me, that island scorned me too. I was in charge of hunting an engine down for BR that was escaping scrap. But he slipped from my grasp and ended up on that god-forsaken island. But it's not just that little engine, it's all of them, sitting on that island, mocking my existence. By existing, I'll soon know what the ultimate diesel can do. I don't see how anyone could slip from your grasp. Oh, you mean Pinchy, my good buddy. He helps me do the dirty work. He doesn't bite everyone. Now about you, Paxton, since you're helping with the project, you can be an extra pair of eyes. But I can't even go back to the diesel works. Even better, you could spend more time searching. And at least you now have a place where you can be welcomed. Well, Paxton, my new friend, I'll do it. Bear, what are you doing here? James kicked me out. What? Oh, for Pete's sake. He and Gordon are insisting that steam engines don't talk or even associate with diesels anymore. Henry didn't really say much on the matter. That's rubbish. We have to work together. Now more than ever. Everyone's been so foolish lately, and it's put us in a situation where now we need to be even closer. It's absolutely frustrating.
Calm down, Edward.
I'm sorry, Berko. And Bear. It's been a lot lately. Between this nonsense and other things, I can't even get a moment's rest. Not even sleeping? Well, no, never mind.
Never mind what, Edward?
Is there something wrong? There may be worse things going on here.
There'll be worse things than this if the island's wisest engine is worrying about other things without help.
Fine. None of what I'm going to say will make any sense. But I need you to trust me. Of course!
No problem.
I'm starting to realize I'm being warned of something very bad that is going to happen. Something bad did happen. More than today. And in fact, I'm worried today was only the beginning. You see, at night I've been hearing this whistle. Not one that belongs to anyone on this island. Anymore. The engine it belongs to tells me the same thing every night. Almost like a warning. Friendships fade as fire burns hot. Oh, wow. And it finally happened, / is happening now. The engines are more divided than ever. Steam and diesel. Like you and Henry. Oh, no.
How does this indicate anything more than what happened today?
Because I'm not the only one being warned. Thomas is too. He gets told something else. An unlikely thought come together, a lesson taught. Well, that doesn't sound dreadful. No, but there's more to the message. The number 4 indicates that maybe 4 people have heard the message. But who else has been told? And what have they been told?
Who knows, but there's hope somewhere, though.
How?
If you can figure out who the 4 are, then you could solve this nonsense.
I suppose. Who is the engine that's talking to you? That is a long story.
We've got time.
Very well. So this engine is magical. Yes, I know what it sounds like, but...
Edward, I've known you long enough to know that this is as true as it is important. And I think it's very important. I'm with you.
So am I. Thank you, you two. It's going to be a long few weeks.
Good morning, sir. I'm glad you can make it. As much as I like seeing you, I wish it was under different circumstances. Well, let's get to it. As you know, we're here investigating the recent accidents on the railway, and our investigation uncovered a few interesting things. We'll begin with the fire. As we cleared the mess, we observed the remains of the tankers. While they were heavily damaged, there were signs of damages incurred on those tankers that were not fire-related. We suspect that these tankers were merely out of service. Which reminds me, why was there such a shipment of tankers at Tidmouth? I never ordered such a shipment, as we suspected. Furthermore, we reviewed station security cameras and found that the engine and train were in control up until Wellsworth, where the engine went flying through the station, meeting the hill. Oh, it's always the hill. Our findings concluded that the engine and train had brake failure, but that doesn't explain how the fire started. Oh, I have my theories. Besides the fires, we come to figure out something else with the recent accidents. Will that be...
Our accidents have slowly escalated but alternated. It was simple calls at first. Slight derailments, hot boxes, broken couplings, spilling loads, complete derailments, and now the fire. But the accidents have followed a pattern of alternating between Steve and Diesel.
Oh no.
When a steam engine has an accident, a diesel has one next. Manager requested the work schedules from you, correct? Along with the yard assignments?
He did, and I've sent them. My findings were what I feared. You're not going to like this. Believe me, between the complaints from my passengers and goods clients, and the ringing in my ears from yesterday's events, nothing else will hurt me.
Sir? Do you... never mind.
If a steam engine has an accident, a diesel engine prepared their train. If a diesel engine had their accident, one of my engines did it. Oh dear.
It's best we get to the bottom of this immediately.
Oh, I will. I have some calls to make.
How did everyone do at their new accommodations?
Horribly. Ellsbridge is too close to the sea. Too many seagulls.
Tidmouth is right by the sea too, you know.
The birds knew to stay away.
Well, Gordon, if you're so unhappy, how about I ask the workmen to set up a tent for you in the force?
Maybe I would, to get away from you.
Oh, bother you! Goodness, you all seem tense.
They always are. It's the sort of way, apparently. Oh, shut up, Donald.
Why, stay on your track, Gordon.
Or what? Enough!
You're all losing yourselves, and I'm not surprised. It's been those heinous diesels. They're spreading their bad atmosphere around the island, and it's disgusting. They're tearing us apart.
I agree.
Good.
I've been thinking after last night. We can't shun all of the diesels. I think we're going too far.
Not good.
Henry, we can't.
Wait, why not? Because it's about image and being right. We can't fraternize with the enemy or else we'll end up in disaster. They just destroyed our sheds. They just targeted us and wanted to hurt us. Being nice means we're weak. We're pushovers. And I declare now that we don't do anything to help them. No doing jobs with diesels. No doing jobs for diesels. No doing jobs because of diesels. No diesel is our friend now. All diesels are our enemy.
But Boko and Bear didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything to stop it.
How could they? Gordon and I were at Tidmouth and we did nothing to stop it.
I'd hardly call fighting a fire and risking our lives as doing nothing.
We didn't stop the accident, Gordon. We did work after the fact. And I'm sure Boko and Bear would help us if they were there.
Oh, I'm sure adding their fuel to the fire would greatly help the situation.
Oh, bother you, Gordon! And you too, James. And anyone else who's into this rubbish. I may dislike the diesels in Vickerstown, but Bear is my friend. I will not turn my tender on him, unlike you lot.
Alright, there goes the weak spot. Believe me, the way to get rid of these diesels is to make them feel unwelcome. They'll realize soon enough. They all do. Disgusting things. Are we all agreed?
Diesel. Norman.
sleep well last night? I did, quite comfortably. Good to know someone did. I didn't know, and my friend is now gone. He's not gone. I saw him this morning. He's just not welcome to stay here. He picks up supplies from Barrow or the harbor and drops them off at the station. Besides, it's just one more space in the yard for the rest of us. That's not what I meant. You set him up. So what if I did? I knew you were up to something, but I didn't think you'd do it to one of our own. So what if I did? You'd be an awful engine if you did. I've been called worse. Blowing up a shed, Diesel! Are you insane? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. I only saw one shed go up in smoke, and you feel no guilt. You'd have to care to feel guilt. And I do neither. Why go so far? To be fair, the plan wasn't to destroy the shed. If anything, you should be asking Paxton these questions. Don't invoke him. He obviously didn't do it. Are you sure about that? You said yourself he was hearing voices. He's not crazy. Who said crazy? Not me. This is gonna backfire, Diesel. And I want to see your face when it does. Oh, I won't be around for you to see it. Hold my calls for the rest of the day. I've got a meeting. Yes, sir. With who? Don't worry about that.
Hello? Yes, this is the office of...
Listen, put me through to the man in charge of the Vickerstown Diesel Works operative. I'm Sir Charles Topham Hatt of the Northwestern Railway, and...
Yes, sir. Do you have an appointment?
No, I don't. And I have a hefty complaint about your railway.
Oh,
Put me through, Deirdre.
Yes, sir.
Ah, hello, Sir Charles. Knock off the pleasantries. I've got a bone to pick with your group. Oh, do you now? Yes, your group destroyed our sheds and are responsible for the innumerable delays and accidents. Sir Charles, you do realize that your group is equally responsible for incidents within our group. Lost goods, accidents, damages, delays. Need I say more? Last I checked, the Diesel Works is still standing. Can't say the same about Tidmouth. Charles, as I understand it, it was a fuel shipment heading to Tidmouth. About that, why was fuel sent to Tidmouth? You tell me. What's that supposed to mean? My railway has been running to peak efficiency until your group came. After that, nothing but problems. Sounds like a leadership issue. The only leadership issue I see is someone who can't control his engines. So we agree then? Yes! Wait, no! If you're going to sit here and ignore blatant truths, then I'll go straight to the authorities. Waste your time like you wasted mine. Bother.
Hey, Paxton, got those 6 trucks of stone for us? Yep, why here I do. No, you don't. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6. Someone's been practicing his numbers. Gotta make Mama proud. Wait, who's Mama? Well, not mine. No, hose, not hose. What oil did you take this morning? Guys, we have to keep busy, remember? Finding those buffers. Oh, right. Well, these look ordinary. Yep, right as rain. Wait, how can rain be right? Well, we know it isn't left.
Bother. There's a ballast train that's supposed to go to Vickerstown for the Diesel Works, and no one can take it.
What a pity.
Well, I've made arrangements. Duck, you are to take the train from Walsboro West with your passengers on your return trip. James, you'll take your ballast trucks with your slow goods.
Forget it.
What?
Along with inconveniencing our work already, we refuse to work with the Diesels.
Oh, do you? And does Duck agree?
Yes.
Oh, really? We'll see about that.
Are you sure about this?
Yes. If I'm going to make the message clear that these engines aren't welcome, we can't do them any favors.
Yes, but my passengers... A small price to pay for salvation.
Oh, so you don't want to work, eh?
We didn't say that, sir. Yes, we don't. Until those Diesels leave. and I mean all of them, leave.
You're being unreasonable.
Sir, when Diesel came here the first time, you sent him packing after causing trouble.
And old Reliable.
And that ugly bugger who stole the inspector's hat.
In all fairness, I never sent D261 away. He simply slipped.
It's not like you chased after him.
Regardless, this railway does not send every troublesome engine away. Otherwise, my father would have sent you packing in the 20s. I have no control over the Diesels in Vickerstown, what they did or didn't do, and the Diesels in my railway are currently doing their work, unlike both engines in front of me. I'm disappointed in both of you. I'm sure they can do your work with no fuss.
I'd give him an hour.
Have it your way then, James. I'm really disappointed in you, Duck. You know my connections with the men at Swindon and the GWR, and they'd be even more upset.
Peace at last. But it's not peaceful. There's all this work to do, and I'm sitting here doing none of it. Protesting is never easy. Just be lucky you didn't try to do a hunger strike. Rubbish to this, I'm doing my job. And work with those mangy heathens? I'll prove my worth with my work and not my sloth. Sir! Sir! Pathetic.
Paxton!
Oh no! What do you want?
Where have you been? How are you doing?
Now you care?
Look, listen. What happened went way too far. I'm sorry, Paxton. Can you forgive me?
I don't know.
Can you at least tell me how your day went?
Well, I guess I can do that. It's weird. I was shunting 6 trucks in this one siding, and then 1 minute, poof! There's only 5 left.
What do you even mean?
A truck disappeared, I think.
Trucks can't disappear. Did it derail?
No, but Norman, you gotta believe me. Right?
Paxton, I want to, but...
I knew it! I knew you couldn't change!
Paxton, wait! Bother!
He's not going anywhere, is he? I've tried taking him out of there, but he's furious. I'm worried that I'll have to take the train myself, and I can't pull all of that. Well, I think I can do it. Allow me. Still sitting here? Yes, I'm not moving. Fair, but I wouldn't want to stay in there too long. Why? Oh, I've just heard stories about what happened to Henry in the tunnel all those years ago. That was a tunnel, not a shed. True, but there's a reason why none of us sleep here. Leaky roof, full of ashes, and don't get me started on the dust bunnies. Oh, and the cobwebs. Oh, it was nice knowing your nice red, shiny, pristine paintwork. Alright, I'll take the stupid train. Never fails.
Yeah, there's my little pipsqueak. Did you find anything? Excuse me. Settle down. You'll ruin your blood pressure. Again. You, come inside my shed. What's on your mind, kid?
Nothing. It's just, I saw an old friend today. Well, not friend anymore. I guess, and he didn't.
You see where this is going. You're gonna have to make decisions that are going to ruffle some feathers. But you have to have your own ideas on what you do and what must be done. Then you'll reach a junction of sorts where you're gonna have to make a choice, and then you'll do it. There's no going back after that. no matter what anyone tells you. Don't let anybody tell you what to do, Paxton.
Thank you. I do feel better, I think.
You know, Paxton, you remind me of a younger me.
How?
Idealistic. Wanting to do so much, then realizing you may not be able to. So did you find anything?
Huh? Oh, no. Wait. Maybe, actually. But I need more.
Good. Get some rest. You'll need it.
Oh, man, the boss is gonna kill us.
They don't call you Splinter for nothing. Shut up. Did you too? You two! What have you been doing?
Nothing.
Yeah, of course you were. Get out!
I get thrown out for doing nothing.
No law. You don't have to sleep outside again tonight. There should be room in the carrot shed for you.
Thank you. Excuse me, but what are you doing in my shed? Your shed? It's a carrot shed, not the stupid diesel shed. Stupid diesel! How dare you speak to me like that? I'm a diesel rail car, highly sprung and full of it. Oh, am I? What's going on over there? Thomas, tell this oily diesel to shove off. I'll shove you off a cliff. Enough, please.
As I suspected. Can you both clear the shed? I'll solve this easily. There you go. Plenty of space for the both of you.
I refuse. Ditto. Why were you so rude? Because we're not supposed to work or associate with them. Oh, bother. Don't start that nonsense here. I don't get what you get up to on that Mainline, but don't bring that here. It's bad enough your antics are causing us enough grief.
Thomas is right. We have our differences, but we hardly let it get out of hand.
But she was so rude to me. And you are such a bundle of joy yourself. Daisy isn't anti-steam or pro-diesel. She's pro-Daisy.
She may be full of herself, but it's not a you thing. It's a her thing.
I resent that.
I reserve the right to tell the truth.
Besides, why are you acting like the Mainline engines? Well, I've only been here for a short time. Trying to figure out how things work around here. Trying to figure out, how to fit in. And since I'm around them all the time... Toby!
My apologies. But why would you want to fit in with them?
They're the definition of pettiness and snobbery. All they do is complain about something, go out of the way to solve an issue by making things 10 times worse. They're so prideful to notice they're acting like children. Like common tank engines, they say. Take my advice. If you come along my line, it's best you leave that nonsense back at the junction. Thomas, don't apologize to me. I'm sorry, Daisy. Thank you. Sorry, Rosie. Dearie. Thank you. It's incredible how easy that was. It's a shame the Mainline will never figure that out. But if they could, they'd be planting landmines at Vickerstown. What are landmines?
Well, they'll never understand it because they're too prideful. It'll never end.
Well, I hope it does for all our sakes. Speaking of our sakes, can you make a little room for moi? Oh, sorry. I'll show that Norman. I'm not crazy. I'm not stupid. I'm tired of being the nice guy. Don't things change?
forgot to tell Diesel 10!
What did you see?
Oh, we need to see Diesel 10! Right away!
After work, Paxton. It's nice to see you're finally feeling better.
I'm feeling better now, but I'll be feeling right really soon!
15 minutes! 5 minutes more and I'll do the run myself.
Don't even dare of getting mixed up in that nonsense, Thomas. Indeed, you're best suited over here.
Bother. Sorry, Thomas.
Edward? I thought Bear was doing.
He is, but he got caught up in some of James's harassment.
You think that after the accident stopped, things wouldn't get worse. But they are.
Yes, and you're right. And it's childish. Sorry, Thomas.
No! Stop the sorry, Thomas. Get it all out of your system. It's not good to keep all that frustration in. That's what our funnels are for.
You're right. It's just so aggravating. All these incidents, and it doesn't stop.
Yeah, and between the argument we dealt with last night in our line and our long-lost friend, I can't even sleep. And I have to work twice as hard to make up for the Mainline's deficiencies.
I'm sorry, Tom. Wait, what argument?
Rosie's staying with us, but she got into an argument with Daisy. Rosie started insulting her for being a diesel, and it escalated from there.
What did you do about it?
I handled it. We handled it. We spoke about it as engines, and then we went to sleep.
That was easy.
I wish it was that easy to solve everyone's issues with each other. It's not like you can get everyone together.
That's it, Thomas! You're brilliant!
Well, what do you think of that, girls? I think Thomas is becoming conceited too. Indeed, Clarabelle, he should join Mainline. My apologies for the delay earlier.
Never mind that, Bear. I know it's not your fault. Anyways, I have an idea, a big one, and I know it's going to take some help.
What's the plan?
Sir, thank you for coming. Be quick about it. I got several calls on hold. Complaints aplenty.
Well, sir. Sir, I need to speak with you.
Join the line.
Sir, I have an idea of how to fix this, but it's a little controversial. It will be difficult to carry out, and...
Edward! I've known you for a very long time. You always know what to do. So if you know anything on how to stop this mess, you have my full approval. In other words, if you can fix this, please do it.
What's on your mind, Norman? Nothing. Norman, I built you. I know every time there's something wrong with you, mechanical or not. It's just... I'm stuck between things as of late. On one hand, I've got a group of friends, acquaintances, saying one thing. On the other hand, I got a friend saying something else. Paxton, you know me too well. I told you, I built you. That and I heard you two talking the other day. Care to elaborate? I feel comfortable about it as it is. Let me rephrase. Tell me what you two were talking about. Well, Paxton, before all this nonsense really got out of hand, told me he was hearing noises at night when he slept. Some steam engine. I dismissed it because... What kind of steam engine? A female. Almost godlike, it seems. She would whistle and say something. Wait! What else did he tell you? I just thought it was nonsense. Then the accident with the sheds happened. We framed Paxton because it was easy. Diesel kicked him out. I tried to apologize to him. But he told me about this disappearing truck near some buffers. Wait! Where is he? What? I have a bad feeling about things. I need to know where he is. Are you sure? These are the real deal? Yes! I sent a truck through myself. Excellent news, Paxton!
Very good work. What are you going to do next? Tonight we rest, for tomorrow we'll be very busy. The ultimate diesel strikes. What happens when you do? I prove myself. I show the world the night of the diesel. You and I, Paxton, were strong. And those kettles won't know what hit them.
Does everyone know their jobs? Yep, I'll be ready. The place is ready for all of us.
Get your rest. You'll need it.
Wake up, lazy bones.
No, you don't, Thomas!
It's early. Besides, shouldn't you be at Farquhar by now? Instead of waking us up? Nope. Fat Controllers order all of us to go to the works. Who is us? All Sodor engines. Mainly steam. Fine. Must be finally getting us that polish I've been recommending. Well, you better hurry up. Last one there is a flattened funnel. I suggest I'd hurry up if I was you, Gordon, with that stubby little thing.
Why, you little... It's perfectly sized.
Rise and shine, you lot. The Fat Controller needs us.
Good morning, everyone. Who goes there?
What it means is, shove off, we're trying to sleep. One moment, please. Oh, okay, we got it.
What on earth? Oi!
It's too early. That's better.
Now that you're all, awake, you've been invited to our works. Our controller would like to, apologize for our railway's misgivings.
Follow me then, if you all please.
Well, he said to move.
It's a trap.
What?
Oh, please, it's so obvious.
If you're so sure about being right, then go yourself to prove me wrong.
I'm not a Metrovic. I'm not an idiot.
You're going, and that's final.
You two, come along.
Does he mean us? I think he means us. What do we do? You tell me.
I'm not asking again.
To where?
The works. Your controller's orders.
Sounds serious. But what about...
Get moving.
Uh-oh. Sir, the passengers are getting restless.
I'm well aware, but it's for the good of the railway.
Are you going to do something about it?
More buses are coming now.
But what about the waiting goods? What about our clients?
They're right on time.
Alright everyone, file in, find a spot and get comfortable.
This had better be quick. I've an express to take.
We've all got jobs to do, Gordon. So we're all busy.
Clearly not busy enough because we're all here.
Not all of us.
What do you mean by...
I'm surprised you got them all.
I was going to say the same to you.
Who invited them?
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, boy, them? You know full well what he means. Now get out! You're taking up a lot of track. Wait, but I'm surprised we can breathe in here with all that blooming smoke. I know a good way of stopping it.
I do, you know.
Want to find out? Try me. Gladly. Your kind does not belong here!
Sorry I'm late.
No, you're right on time, apparently.
Leave it to a diesel to be late.
Enough, everyone! The Fat Controller did not bring us together. Boko and I did.
What on earth?
You can't be serious.
Edward, we have jobs to do.
So now everyone cares about their work. Not when everyone was busy causing confusion and delay. I started it.
Doug, I've never known you to lie. I'm rather impressed.
Oh, quiet! Continue, Edward.
Thank you, Boko. With permission from both of our controllers, we've stopped all trains to get everyone here to discuss what has happened to all of us. We have our issues with one another, and it's time we get them settled. Once and for all.
And if we, refuse?
Get very comfortable here. No one leaves until we come to an agreement.
What? That's ridiculous!
See? You're agreeing already. Progress.
Great! Let's scram! I can agree with that. You're all so foolish. You sabotage and mudsling each other for the last month. You rattle and rave about how much you hate each other all the time. And then you wish to finally show them up. We give you the floor, and now all of a sudden you want out. We don't rattle and rave about it. Oh really? I must be hearing things. All the time you were talking about how you all were real engines. Well, forgive me then. Well, we didn't mean you.
Speak for yourself.
Oh really? Why not? Well, you're a proper engine, unlike those miscreants.
How thoughtful.
Gordon, I'm still a diesel. Bear is still a diesel. Just because we're nice to you all doesn't change that. When you insult Diesels, you insult us.
Thank you for the clarification.
I don't get it. Bear and I were treated poorly when we first came, and I accepted it because I thought it was deserved. But you know what? It wasn't. Bear and I never did anything to any of you. Yet we're treated the same as other Diesels who have treated you all poorly. We are not those Diesels, and we both think their behavior is detestable. But we are still Diesels. You don't get to pick and choose who we are. That was decided long ago. Instead, you can like me for all I am, or reject me entirely. T-Roy! Traitor! You know why I don't like you, Diesels. You have this undeserved bravado about yourselves like you've got all the dignity in the world. Well, you don't. I'm a Grisly from one of the greatest locomotive families in the world, and we have that dignity. We were the pride of the line. And when you Diesels came, you just scoff at us and destroyed decades of history, legacy, and family. You slaughtered my brothers, sisters, and cousins like animals, and you didn't care. You expect me to stand here before you and be friends with them? You've no respect for greatness, and you smear the name in your hubris, and for what? And now you're laughing. Have you no soul? It's all your fault. Every one of you is at fault.
Enough!
Micus, down.
Just it.
Look, I think I speak for everyone in this room when I say no one cares what blooming class you are. But maybe outside of Bonnie and Clyde over there, none of us have, or personally will, scrap any one. Never say never. My point is, despite our facetiousness, we've ultimately no control of our situation. We were built for specific jobs. We can't all take express trains. We do what we're asked to do. Doesn't mean we all want to. It's easy for you, Big Blue. You pull passenger services all day. Imagine if you had to carry some evil dictator or something to the island. You just can't refuse their service. I've refused service before, and I'll do it again if needed. What? That's a death sentence on our turf. One we gladly enforce. The
antics aside, they do have a point. On our railway, we're expected to follow orders without question, as engines are meant to. Very interesting. The Fat Controller is indeed in charge of us, but he also listens to us when we have concerns about our task. He doesn't approve of refusing work or any interference, but understands that there's an issue to resolve.
That doesn't change how they're all murderers! I've never scrapped an engine in my life! You just keep using all and you guys like every single engine with a motor inside has killed one of you precious steam engines. We do all kinds of work, for crying out loud, and I'm frankly tired of being blamed and yelled at for things out of my control. Ditto. I concur with what has been said by our feisty friend. Dart! The name's Dart, but I wish you all bothered to ask me that before accusing me of things I never did.
You're no more guilty than the rest of them because you let it happen, and you'll laugh about it, and you too. And don't get me started on you two.
Laughing's a lot easier knowing we won't make a difference because we'll get disrespected regardless of the response.
You deserve no respect. Silence! You're both wrong, James. Dart as an engine and entity on this planet deserves some degree of respect just by existing. But Dart, just because the others show you disrespect, doesn't mean you return the favor. I'm an old engine, and I've been disrespected, so to speak, by many forms. Steam, diesel, humans. But I don't retort and escalate the situation because it's not worth it.
But it is worth you to say something. Is that right? How much guff you take? Aye! I think you go too far in the opposite direction, though, sometimes, Edward. I believe in standing up for yourself, but not put others down, and even yourself by not addressing by what has been said. We bicker amongst ourselves all the time, but no one stops to address why, so it just escalates, and that's why we're here. One-upping each other led to nothing but disaster for everyone. The sheds burned down, and neither project is close to completion. We've equally embarrassed ourselves and our railways. Well, if I could, take your time, then. On the subject of diesels letting steam engines die, there's not much we can do on the subject. Steam engines are crowding sidings after being taken out of service, and then they're scrapped and melted down into new things. We can't choose who to save and how because there's just too many. He's not wrong. What I did to escape was something many dreamed of but never accomplished. I was an exception in a system designed to repeat every few decades or so.
What do you mean by system?
Well, look at it like this. Even amongst steam engines, people look to improve and build better classes. We celebrated that, but ignored older engines in the past that were either preserved or scrapped to make room for a lot of us.
I've seen it myself. There used to be other engines here back in the railway's early days, and now they're all gone. It was sad at the time, but I think it was something that we never understood until the diesels came.
Fair point there, but I know we weren't so rude about older engines being taken out of service.
You literally suggested that Edward should give up and be preserved before it's too late a few years ago.
Oh, hypocrite!
Oh, knock it off, you. Gordon was in the wrong to say that, but he's not perfect. None of us are. Even me. I used to feel bad for running, knowing how many mechanical issues I had when steam engines, in good working order, mind you, were scrapped to make way for me. I spent a good portion of my life amongst diesels, and I just never felt comfortable. I heard a lot of jeering and disgust about how useless steam engines were, while I had my own issues.
I know that sentiment.
When I came here, I wanted the opportunity to show you how much I cared about steam, and I got the same treatment as my former associate. I'm not perfect, but I'm not him either. I just wanted the opportunity to prove myself, and thanks to Henry, I did. Isn't that what we all want? To prove ourselves? To see who's great at what? Wants to know our strengths and overcome the weaknesses.
Indeed. I find it hard to sit with you sometimes, Gordon, and even James. Bear has been a kind edge to everyone, and you two treat him no different than unreliable in your treatment of him. I don't agree with our beliefs of what a real engine is, and I think we need a more open perspective, something that's fair to all engines. We can give Bear a chance while shunning others because Bear is a good engine and a great friend.
No, we can't.
You kicked Bear out of the sheds for doing nothing.
He burned the sheds down.
He did not. Another diesel was pulling that trade, and we don't know how that happened.
I believe I can explain that one. It was Diesel. He set up our friend who's now AWOL because Diesel threw him out and blamed him for the accident, despite how Diesel was the one to set him up with those faulty tankers. How did they catch fire?
That wasn't part of the plan, but it was welcome. Shut it, you dope. Sometimes I wish you talked less.
Bad played no role in that.
We saw the diesel after the accident. He looked so scared that he seemed like he was afraid.
But why frame one of your own?
To get ahead of your little game. It was all so simple. I knew if I continued to set you engines up, it would never stop. So I did the thing that none of you would ever do. Frame one of your own. I used Paxton because he was an idiot. Yet he played his role to perfection. The fallout was far greater than I expected, and that gave me great pleasure.
You're a madman! You're disgraceful!
Disgusting!
Despicable! You destroyed their home and ruined my friend. And for what, Diesel? Another move in your delusion game of chess that you call your existence?
Oh, I always knew you were sick, Diesel, but never this bad. I see you manipulate my friends, but I never think you'd manipulate yours.
That's where you're wrong, Monty. I don't have friends. There's no time for that in life. We are revolutionary, and that's what I started, a revolution.
All that has transpired has been to my design, because I don't have the time for the frailty of friendships. I get what I want, and nothing more. You'll all learn that soon.
Dizzy Diesels, so you used us too!
I see you as an asset, an opportunity to seize. None of you are smart enough to win. You're all naive if you think what transpires today will change what is happening. The revolution will come. Steam will be eradicated, and then it's a hill that I'm willing to die on. And bother you for that. I may not get along with steam engines, but at least they're honest with me on their feelings towards me. Honesty is trivial in the terms of progress.
Don't bother trying, he's a lost cause.
No, Duck, you are, and the day I am wrong, I invite you to tell me so.
Call it a date. Easing off of that, I wanted to use an example of what happens when Steam and Diesel get along. Thomas? Yes, thank you. On to Mainline, the most important on the...
Get on with it.
Anyways, we have 3 steam engines and 2 diesels that run our line. And we were one of 3 lines on the island that didn't have issues while the rest of you were sabotaging each other. We came to an understanding years ago after Mavis arrived. We have our ways of doing things, but we all have the same goal. And right now we're going out of our way to achieve that goal, by trying to force our way onto others. Thomas is right. He told me the other day when I met Daisy. Met is a loose way of putting it. Daisy? That branch line's important for the farms, and passengers and quarries, and they all work together to serve them all. They can put their differences aside. Why can't we? Coming here took some getting used to, but it wasn't worth fighting the others on whose way was better, but instead focusing on working together to get things done. Once again, you mainline engines think just because you're bigger, you're better. But we're the ones who've done the work through all of this because we're smart enough to put our jobs first while we still have them. It's the same on my line. I work with Boko and we have no fuss. And do you know why? Boko and I never cared which engine the other is. We work together because we care about our work. Fine, I guess Boko is acceptable, but the others aren't. It's not like things can get any worse than they have already caused them to be. You mean how you caused them to be? Yeah! Order! Continue, Edward. Thank you. Let me tell you all a story. It's one I've told some of you over the years, but I've never truthfully told you the whole story. What's a story going to do? For one, keep you quieter for a few moments, and 2, paint a clearer picture on things. Any objections? Oi, stow it! I've told some of you the story of an engine who was forced to hide away. But here's the whole truth. That engine was built here, not just on Sodor, but in this very works, by 2 men and the chief mechanical engineer at the time. How is this true? Because I met her. During stormy night, I was awoken from my shed by an old engineer of our works, Mr. C. He needed me to make an urgent pickup that was secret. When I reached the works, I saw there was a beautiful engine. She was purple and gold, and had beautiful brass fittings. I didn't have much time to admire her. I had to get moving quickly. Mr. C was joined by another young man, and we left. As I was leaving, Thomas arrived and saw us. He whistled kindly. I had no time to explain. Mr. C took me down a branch line towards Norway. Then we stopped in an out-of-the-way siding. Mr. C said goodbye, and he and the young man climbed into the engine's cab. Mr. C told me to push her forward towards a pair of buffers. I didn't understand, but I did so anyway. As we got closer, she let out this unique whistle as she disappeared in front of me when I reached the buffers. I stopped astounded. When I returned home, Thomas was awake, and he had many questions for me, mainly what he saw and the whistle he had heard as she disappeared. He and I were the only 2 to hear her that night, and we never saw her since. I found out later why she was hidden, that one of the men who had gone off to war had sworn revenge against the other who had stayed behind. He wanted to destroy her, after learning of the other's misdeeds. The engine was loved by those who stayed, and to destroy her would break his heart and inflict such a pain that only the attempted destroyer wanted. They're on to us. We gotta tell the boss fast.
What was the point here?
Mr. C used to tell me that this engine was built to be an example for all steam. Built by spare parts and odd bits and bobs, yet come together to make something beautiful. But a hatred, a rivalry caused her to never see the light of day. Think about it. Titmus Sheds was beautiful, and I imagine the diesel works would be too. But those have gone up in smoke, literally and metaphorically, because of our actions, and there's a way to fix it. How? By working together. No matter how hard it seems, it can be done. The mainline is important. The sheds are important. The works here are important. The mainline carries us from one end of the island to the other. The sheds are our homes where we go to rest our wheels and come together at the end of a long day. The works are we are built and given life. And when something is broken, we go to fix it. And here we are. The works have a sort of magic to it, where even the most irreparable relationships can be mended. I want to fix this, but do all of you? I'm in.
Me too. Me three. I as well.
I'm tired of fighting. My engine barely works well enough to do the actual work, and I'd rather put what energy I do have into improving things. Good to hear. Anyone else?
It's not going to be easy, but I think I can try.
That's all I can ask.
Well, I suppose if he can forgive, maybe I can too. I'm glad to hear you've all come to a conclusion. I've been meeting with Mr. Thimble here to discuss the last few weeks' events, and we've realized that we of the controllers have failed you all. When we're willing to work together to put things right, and we need your help. There's a lot to do. So we'll have you all working double shifts for a few days, with night crews to get things going again. I know it'll be hard, but I'll be working with you all to get everything to speed. We will build the new diesel works. We will finish the yard's expansion, and we will rebuild Titmus Sheds, as well as whatever the Earl's doing.
I'm glad all of us could come together on this. Agreed. You're still worried? There's no fooling you, Thomas. I'm not worried about the others, mostly. I'm concerned about her. I still think she wants us for something else, like our job is not done yet. Probably because not all the diesels agreed. Neither did James, but I still feel like there's just something else brewing. Something bigger. I feel the same, but what? I wish she could just straight up tell us. She got us this far with whistling, so I imagine she's given us all we need. I'm sure there are better ways of communicating than whistling in dreams. Excuse me, am I intruding on something? No, I think you'd both need to come with me. What? I couldn't help but overhear, but I think I know someone who can help. We'd be happy to. Edward! I know, Thomas, but we want everyone to get along, and we have to start with being honest with each other. Where is it that we're going? Back to Vickerstown, if you could. Right. Come on, Thomas. I guess.
They know about Lady Boss. The Blue Kettle was talking a storm about her. He knows about the buffers too. New plan, right now. What's that? Get to the nearest dockyard, flee the country, and become traveling buffer salesman.
Bother! Bother! It's over. What?
If they know everything, they'll protect the buffers and we won't get to her. We're finished.
Yeah, so that's the way you're going out, eh? Like a chump. Why do you care? Because my Iron Keister's been waiting for your big scheme all this time. It's finally time, and a couple of puffballs scare you. Forget about it. I'm tired of being played for a fool by those stupid things. Because when I'm done ripping apart that malign mistress of yours, and getting all the puffballs, it's time I start earning my name.
Boss?
What?
Nothing.
As I thought. Tonight we strike, gentlemen. Our hard work and planning got us to this moment.
Hard work? What'd the boss ever do? Shut up!
Here's the plan. I had the plan, thank you. You gave up, remember? I'm taking charge now. Boomer, you go with Paxton first to clear the line. You two dingbats are with me, okay? Understand? And what about Pinchy? What about him? Just can't go prancing onto the island with him. He'll make a scene. Won't matter when I'm done with the place. Now, Paxton, are you ready?
Yes.
Get back to Sodor, do some recon and work for the area. Report back before dark.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure about this, Edward? It might be what we're looking for. And if it's not, I'll owe you an apology later. If we're lucky enough...
Open up, sir!
Aren't you the guy who tried to kidnap the Queen?
I wasn't trying to kidnap the Queen.
It was in the papers and Gordon told us all about it.
Thomas, please.
I'll do the talking for now. Who is this Norman?
Nigel Pilkington. He's a highly decorated mechanical engineer from BR, and the man who built me. He came from BR to supervise our works operation here, and to see if the right equipment is used, and whatnot. However, I think you both have something in common with him. Have you both been having strange dreams?
Strange how?
A female entity, whistling and saying the same thing over and over.
We have. Has she spoken with both of you?
Only myself. Norman has never heard her whistle before. I'm not even sure who she is, but I have a bad feeling.
Her name is Lady.
Oh no. I was afraid of that.
Why? Do you know her?
I've never seen her myself, but I was told of her years ago by a client.
What client?
His name's Boomer. P.T. Boomer, to be precise. He owns several scrapyards across BR, and wanted a machine of sorts. An engine with an added claw.
What's its name?
Diesel 10. Its base purpose was dealing with scrap, but Boomer clued me in on something bigger. He wants to find Lady and destroy her with his weapon. That engine is monstrous and stronger than anything I've ever seen before.
You're the monster? You wanted to kill her?
No! I was told about it after its completion. I regret designing that cursed claw. I used to be heavily against preservation and cared nothing but for diesels. But given the trouble my own handiwork has become, I've realized that to get what I want, it doesn't need some disruption. I've realized that too late now. Some other bloke would have done it though. That's how it is on BR.
Does he know where she is?
No, but he knows that she's connected to Sodor. What did she tell you in your dreams?
Friendships fade as fire burns hot.
The answers lie among those spurned by love. When an unlikely four come together, a lesson taught.
Spurned by love? That must be talking about the two men in the story of Lady. Boomer must have been the one who forced Lady into hiding with Mr. C through some special buffers on a lonely siding all those years ago.
Wait, what? How so?
I was there the night, but I really can't explain what it was. She just went through them, disappeared, her and Mr. C. So they can stop this? Maybe, but we'll need the other man.
Wait, an unlikely four come together, a lesson taught.
3 of us had dreams, so disappearing trucks, siding. Paxton! He's the fourth! Lady's hidden some buffers, right? She was. I took her there myself. I didn't go in, though. Paxton may have found them. I have to find them before the wrong people find out. You'd better hurry. I wanted answers, Edward, but I didn't expect this. You get what you ask for, I guess. Let's hope nothing too serious has happened.
Peh. Those kettles must have taken the wrong sort of cove. They think a few words is gonna change progress. Makes it easier for us when we mill 'em down there. Love to hear them cry and beg. Speaking of begging, can we get some bloody service over here?
Takes eons to unload us. We're doing our best. We are not used to working with this much metal. Our old gal is broken down and we're doing it by hand now.
All the things this island needs to update. The crane is the least of their worries. Puh, whatever. We do better around here.
Oh really? Do you two have working experience with scrap metal?
We like to say we're very, hands-on with our work, so to speak.
Fascinating. I own a smelter's yard south of Kildane, and I'd like to purchase some engines to help transport scrap from here to there, to be melted down.
Oh, we're very experienced in that field.
Apologies for the old man. He's my grandfather, and the scrapyard has been in my family for generations.
Looks like it.
I'd like to speak to your owner. Are you owned by the Fat Controller?
If I was, I'd be on the other side of that fence there of my own volition. Ditto. We like to consider ourselves, free agents.
Excellent. Paxton, Save it, Norman! Paxton, listen. Why should I? You didn't listen to me. You thought I was weird. You let me get framed. You didn't even care. I know, Paxton, but Norman, you can't just brush my feelings aside to get what you want. I don't need you anymore. Paxton, wait. You're right. I didn't listen. I did think you were crazy. I have been ignoring you, and I haven't been a good friend. You're an incredible engine, Paxton. And I wished I realized that sooner. Too late now, Norman. That's not the Paxton I know. The Paxton you know is gone. I don't need you. You're right. You don't need me. But I need you. Something bad is happening, and you were trying to warn me and we didn't even know it. Where have you been? Working with my new friends. Who? Never mind. Listen, those dreams you've been having, they were a warning. There's an evil guy in Engine coming to harm an engine, and you are a part of the plan to stop them. I can't today. I'm busy helping my new friends today. Not to ignore your needs again, Paxton, but this is huge. Try telling that to Diesel 10. You what? Paxton! What? Your dreams are from Lady, an engine the Diesel 10 is trying to destroy. How did you get wrapped up in this? Diesel 10 was there for me. He listened to me. I don't think he was there for you, Paxton. I think you were there for him. I think he used you. No, he couldn't have. Right? You got yourself wrapped in something very dangerous, and I need you to come with me. We can help you. I don't know, Norman. Wherever I go, I find trouble. It's not your fault. I'm sorry. Because I put you here. The rest of the Diesels play their roles, and I want to be better. We can do this together. I'm sorry, Norman. No, I'm the one who's sorry. Come on, Paxton. Then Norman found me, and we got back here. I'm sorry to hear you got mixed up in all of this. I'll say, some heavy metal monster is on his way to rip Lady a new one. Well, he's not going to, because we're going to stop him. We have something they don't. Each other. That's what Lady said. Would an unlikely four come together, a lesson taught. We must be the unlikely four. All four of us have had her talk to us. They say fate has a way of bringing others together. Think about it. We all have pieces of the story and an inside man. Who? Paxton. Me? You know all about Diesel 10's plan, and if you're gone too long, he'll crush you like a can. I hate to say it, but he's right.
You're the key to stopping him. I just don't want to be used again. I don't. You won't. I promise. But we do need your help. If you don't help us, either Lady is destroyed, or you are. Wait a second. We're all going to be working a night shift tonight. There's going to be engines everywhere. We could use that to our advantage. We keep this quiet. If we let this slip, we could start a panic, and then Frankenstein's monster and the psychopath go into hiding and we lose our only leads. We could block the Normie branch line since that's where she is. Good thinking. I have a plan. That engine. I remember hearing a story about him from someone who met him. Excuse me. Where do you think you're going? Away. I get it. No one around to manipulate and bully, so you just slip out without taking the consequences. Aren't you the perceptive one? You think you'll get away with what transpired here? Yes and no. You've done all this damage. When it's time to fix things, you leave. Explain yourself. On the outside, I'm just your ordinary shunter. There are hundreds like me. I'm not so worried about being found out because I blend in plain sight. But my work is not done. The revolution continues to grow, and like the embers of a wildfire, I must spread it. You think the few words amongst yourselves will change anything? Our time is limited, and I intend not to waste it sharing it with the inferior. Steam engines aren't the inferior. Who said I was talking about steam engines? So you're just gonna leave, without saying goodbye to any of your friends, some currently former. I don't have friends, I told you. I have assets. Engines don't need them to be useful, or to be revolutionary. You're a lost soul that needs a home. It's funny. You're the first one to claim that I have a soul. After years of being referred to as soulless, I find it quite amusing. You and the others are worth nothing to me, and my work will continue elsewhere. The revolution goes on. And so does delusion.
Where have you been? Is everything okay?
Yes, everything's fine. Just keep an eye on the twins for me.
Ah, sure. Good, we're all gathered. Mr. Thimble has given you Diesels the permission to assist my engines, and my engines will assist you. We have a lot to get done over the next few days, so tonight is the start of many a long double shifts, and I've given your crews your placements on...
Sir, there's been some damaged track on the Normie branch. Thomas and I will be working to repair it.
I see. Well, I'll come by in the morning to inspect it. Now, is everyone else ready? Good. Get to your post and begin your work.
Oliver, a word please. When you escaped, I heard you mention eating a large diesel with a claw. Could you tell me that story again?
Of course. Wait. Why?
Oh, no reason. I was thinking of telling the twins the story to scare them into behaving, so I figured I'd get the details right.
Oh, well.
Allow me, and a tip. The 23rd hour might just be your fancy.
Thank you.
What was that about? Do you know that guy?
No, but something tells me his information will serve us well.
You can't just listen to some random stranger. Yeah, stranger danger.
Didn't stop you two, didn't it? Besides, the stranger did more for me in the few days than you two have for their working careers. Speaking of which, here's my favorite stranger now. Was wondering when you were gonna show up.
Oh, sorry, I was busy, and... You busy schooling me? No, I would never. Only teasing you, Paxton. They say fear keeps you focused. I'll say, time to get ready. We leave at 2300 hours. Oh, right. It's so close, boys. I can practically... You have no idea how long I've waited for this. The time draws near. Her end is in sight. There they are. You'd think after all the trains and mishaps on this island, those buffers would be discovered sooner. Maybe, but perhaps everything happens for a reason. Let's hide out here. No, we go to Norby, as Edward said. We don't want to spring the trap too soon. So we're handing him the buffers on a silver platter? No, but we better make him think that. Now, come on. We need those extra shovels for our cruise. There's a workman's hut in town with some. Excuse me, Norman, but can you collect some steel bars from the station sidings? They were left there by mistake. Sure, no problem. Is everything okay? Yes, just tired. Aren't we all? Never mind, soon it'll all be over. Yeah, I hope so. Showtime! I'm riding with you, Paxton. We leave first. You lot follow 5 minutes behind and not a second later. Right. I'm ready. Focus up, kid. Time to prove your loyalty. Take us there. Follow my instructions. They're here. The tracks are against us. Hey, no engines along that line. There are repairs on it. Oh, really? I have special permission. On whose authority? Oh my. Oh no! Isn't your day of reckoning performed? What was that? Trouble. Oh no, not again. He's looking for me. If he was doing a bad job of it. Boss, wait! We're supposed to be incognitive! Yeah, slow down! What did I want?
Trouble, I'll bet. And I thought Bear was the most beastly diesel I'd ever meet. Whoever, or should I say, whatever he is, this isn't good. I'm starting to understand why Edward asked me about my escape earlier. That was him? Yes, and his band of merry nitwits. He's dangerous. Never got a good look at him, but he has that nasty claw. But who is he after? Come, there's something we could do about it now. That's what I'm afraid of. Me too.
Here you are.
Thank you.
I really wish you didn't have to threaten that signalman.
I didn't shoot him. Besides, there's a lot I wish I didn't have to do tonight. Unfortunately, we don't always get what we want.
What exactly is it you want?
A fitting end, revenge, restitution of 50 years of pain. It's all in my grasp.
This must be it.
Good. Is that the buffers?
Yes.
Good. Climb in, Boomer. Go. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Holy, it's the fuzz! Chase it!
Here, come back here, you cowards. Who needs you, Splodge? Well, what do we have here? A couple of steam puffs. And they say you shouldn't have dessert before the main course. This is the guy we're stopping? Lucky for you, my Tabor manners are refined. Otherwise, Pinchy here would be picking off your side rods with his teeth. Paxton, take care of him.
No, I won't.
You what?
This is wrong, Diesel 10, and we're not going to allow it.
Oh, oh. So the student has taken on the master. How careless of you. And I thought you were actually something.
You told me one day I'll come to a junction and have to make a decision, no matter what anyone says, including you. I can't do this for you. You used me.
Smart kid. I didn't use you. You were available. And so am I. Edward. I know, Thomas,
No, you can't do this.
Paxton, no. It's too late, Paxton, my son. You ain't catching this diesel. What the?
Fuck you!
You ain't moving anything. This is the ultimate diesel we're talking about. More like the ultimate claw machine. Keep talking and Pinchy will turn your smoke box into a hat. You should have stayed out of our business. No, you should have stayed out of ours. This is our home. Whatever, I'll deal with you later. Especially when I teach this punk Paxton a lesson. He's not going to stop me. Yes, he is. You! Ah, company. Once that pipsqueak gets through the buffers, I'm gonna let her have it. What the? I think she let you have it.
My missing trucks!
Paxton, go!
Oh, right!
Alright, you rattle trip. You're not moving me, so don't get to thinking that. What about... I know, Thomas. It's no use. You're not moving anything. You make no impact. Just like the others, you're a brick in the wall. Another part in my plans.
No! I'm not!
No! No!
I'm doing it! I'm doing it!
No, you're not. She's here. come. All my life, I've waited for this, and it's just how I pictured it. I know you're there, brunette. I'm not one to miss a party. Oh my goodness. It's the man I took with Mr. C that night. They, usually call me Brunette. Brunette Stone, over the man. But I appreciate the memory, Edward. I don't. You're always a sore loser, Boomer. With games, life, women. Ah, so Tasha was just another woman to you? You and I both know I wasn't just talking about her. I've only loved two, and one of them is here with me right now. Not for long. Seize her! Diesel 10! Don't! You! I hired you to design him, and you come to me now with buyer's remorse. Going soft now, Nigel. You like stealing broads too, eh? You don't know what you're messing with. I don't? Over 50 years of careful planning to get to this moment, and you think I don't? She's clearly stronger than you think. How do you know? She told me. Mate! And me. And I. See, the old broad gets around. Who cares? You should if you know what's good for you. If you knew what was good for you, you'd walk away as if you weren't involved. This isn't his fight, Boomer. Your fight was with me. Look at Burnett, trying to play the hero. Still trying to look good for your lady. She wouldn't want you to be like this. You think I care about what she thinks? She's 6 feet under now, and you'll join her when I'm good and ready. No! Ah! That's the military for you. Nearly 70 and I still got it. You never had it then, and you surely don't have it now. Quiet, you! Diesel 10, get her! With pleasure! Someone's putting up a fight! Let's see what Pinchy thinks! What the? She won't let you. Make her. I can't control what she does when I'm outside the cab, but you will answer to it. You're as useless now as you were then. Fine, she can watch you die first. Can't you see what's happening? This ultimate diesel of sorts going up against the epitome of a steam engine. This is what she warned us about. Lady. This disaster coming. The hatred cannot exist between the both of you. It's not worth it. I've seen what hatred can do to others. It is destructive. And like fire, it burns in your hearts. Cease this madness. Shut up, old timer. This is the epitome of an engine right here. Brutal strength, power, all the things you lack. Your days and hers are done. And my life was planned for me. This is my purpose, and hers was to die. No! I disagree. Allow me to have the killing blow. Boomer, don't tell me what to do. Incoming! What the? Never mind that. Get her. Hit the rocks! No amount of rocks is gonna stop me from going. Thank goodness for Oliver. Thomas! Is he? Yes. He's dead. It's ironic. Killed by his own design. Now, Burnett, you're a better man than that. She's really here. Like the fierce storm on a summer night, the darkness has made way for light. It's the voice. Yes, Paxton, it is. You know my name.
I know many things, Paxton, and I know that you three have been very useful.
I wish you were clearer with what we were supposed to do. Thomas!
No worries, Edward. And Thomas, you four did still come together. You did what you were needed to do. Speaking of which, why us four? You were the four that I foresaw that would be able to do what was right. Edward, like that night years ago, your leadership and wisdom got the four of you where you needed to be. Thomas, your bravery and inner strength rallied the voices of many, and even then, just among you four. Nigel, your passion and drive in your work for others led you to where you are now and will lead you to future success. And Paxton, your compassion and ability to see the good in everyone gave you powerful allies that were essential to the operation. You're not weak and not used. You were essential, and you possess a trait that not many people or engines can truly have. You four were chosen because I knew our paths would cross, and that you would get the job done right. Ha! Wait till Gordon hears. He's not to hear anything. This stays between us four. The last thing the world needs to know is where to find Lady. Thank you, Edward. And as I know you delight in teasing Gordon, there are better ways to do it. Perhaps 2 days from now on track 3 at Knapford. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry for causing this. I feel like I played a role in all this nonsense. We both played our roles in this story. The question is, where do you plan to take your character? Hatred looks for no one to blame but for one to host. It spreads, growing ever present. When it was a spark, a simple bucket could put it out. But as it grows, it takes a team to stop it. Fire leads to destruction. Edward, you and many others put out the fire. You have given your friends a chance for regrowth. But remember, there are still embers that still remain. Fire can always be reignited. Even if he was evil, it is a shame he had to die for a mistake. It's how life works. Prolonged hatred led to his demise. His unwillingness to forgive led to his decline. He lost touch with reality, and now he's learned a harsh lesson. I really need to talk to James soon. But wait, Lady, we won! So, didn't Steam beat Diesel? I wouldn't call this a win, Thomas. I may have saved Milady, but I couldn't save our friendship. I'm proud of you all for coming together to resolve your differences. You did what Boomer and Burnett couldn't, and you've created something special. What is it? You'll see over time. So is the rolling arcade game still with us? Yes, and I imagine for longer too. What does that mean? The sun's coming up, Lady. It's best we get going back. I just hope your crews won't be charged for murder. I'm sure when the police find the gun, they'll determine the whole thing it was self-defense. Speaking of which, it is time to get going. And thank you all for your help. How do we even explain this? Leave that to me. When's your controller coming? He'll be along in the morning. Why? Where did Sputter and Dodge get off to?
What time is it? Yeah, time for an Advil. My head is spinning. Your head's always spinning. Oh yeah. Hey, what time is it? What happened last night? I'd like to know the same thing. It's the boss! I mean, their boss! I prefer the term controller, but we'll worry about that later. Are we rescuing these guys, sir? No, we have bigger matters to attend to. Wait, where are you going? Help us. We've fallen, we can't get up. I don't know how to explain this one.
I'll give it a try. Crazed lunatic ran his engine into the buffers, derailed, and was buried in a landslide. We'll take care of the rest, sir.
Right.
Do you want a full explanation, sir?
I would later. I imagine you and Thomas are both tired.
Tired wouldn't be my word.
Head to Ellsworth for a rest, then off to your jobs.
Yes, sir. Sir, a word?
Yes. Wait, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I knew your father well. I apologize what I've done to him years ago.
Thank you. I've heard of some of your work since, though. There's some good there.
Specifically what I wish to speak to you about.
How about once we clear up this mess, we can both travel back to my office to talk there. What are we doing with him, sir?
That thing goes back across the bridge. Lord knows who else will get their hands on it.
Don't worry about that. Store it in Vickerstown out of the way. I will handle the matter personally.
Good thinking, sir. I think we have the place locked down, sir.
Good work. Head up the line and rescue those shunters from the ditch.
Don't be afraid to knock them around a bit once they're freed. Jolly good, sir.
He was huge, Gordon. He had something dangling from his roof. Like a crane, but sharper. He was cackling through the night. I told you, Henry, such a thing doesn't exist. Oliver faced him on his way to Sodor. He's real. Well, whatever he is, he better be real gone.
Excuse me, have you seen James?
He's at the harbor. He's resting before his next shift.
Thank you. Morning, James.
Morning. Long night?
You could say that. You?
Too long. I'm glad it's over. This is my only rest. Then I have to do it all over again.
Well, it's what we deserved. It's the way to put everything right. Wouldn't have to put everything right if they never came here. James, we talked this out, and I agreed to nothing. James, please. This is getting unhealthy, and it's leading you to make bad decisions.
Name one.
Well, I was at my station a while ago to fill up on my way here. A fire chief was there speaking to the station master. They were investigating the fire at Titbith. CCTV camera footage was looked at. It determined the fire started between my station and Crosby.
So?
James, the camera saw you at the platform wishing Paxton.
He has a name?
Yes. It'd do you good to learn all of the names. But besides that, you wished him so hard sparks left your funnel and they landed on the train. You started the fire. You burned Tidmouth's sheds down.
That's rubbish. I didn't give the disgusting thing those awful tankers.
No, but you, fueled the fire with your hatred. It's getting dangerous and you're hurting others. More importantly, you're hurting yourself.
I don't care. I don't like any of them. I've tried to tolerate them, but I can't.
I can never forgive. Gordon forgave. Donald and Douglas forgave. Oliver forgave. Why can't you?
They'll never know how I felt that night, Edward. They'll never do anything to prove they've earned my forgiveness.
At some point, James, they'll need your forgiveness.
Keep on waiting. I don't care. I have work to do. This conversation is over.
Bother.
The year is 1971 and much has changed on my island. We have a new outlook of unity and protection for all engines, regardless of their propulsion methods, on my island. I was wrong in the past. Preservation means all engines seeking help.
we have completed several projects. The yards were successfully expanded, and our official pilot Rosie enjoys her role and has done excellent work. The Vickerstown Diesel Works was completed, serving diesels from Sodor and beyond with its chief mechanical engineer, Mr. Nigel Pilkington, who has joined our NWR staff. We have purchased several engines to run our lines. Working the Normanby branch line, Sydney and Norman do great things servicing the villages along there. Den and Dart pilot at Barrow while also working at the Diesel Works. Splatter and Dodge do odd jobs around the facility, and Mr. Pilkington keeps a watchful eye on one particular engine, locked away, which I'll describe as number 10. And Paxton, one of our heroes from months ago, loves his work at the Blue Mountain Quarry with his little engine friends. However, the Ironworks at Kildane also purchased 2 diesels with less than respectable reputations, to put it lightly, but I'll keep it to their business. Lastly, Titmus Sheds was restored and remodeled, and looks better than ever. My engines were most pleased to return home. All in all, 1970 was an important year of growth, maturing, and development. We were knocked down and divided, but we came together and made something beautiful that has given us new insight to the future and given birth to a new era.
Done. Time to rest.
Coming to the sheds, Rosie.
Not Tidmouth tonight. I'm staying at the new sheds.
What new sheds?
We had leftover supplies after finishing Tidmouth sheds, so we built overflow sheds in the yard. Yep, and we have some new engines staying there tonight. I'm off to see them now. Oh, great. More diesels.
Ugh, get over that already, James. Never mind him. Let's meet the new guys. I hope they're at least decent engines.
Either way, we will be welcoming, right, James?
Now, kind.
I'll take that as a yes.
We ought to have more tender engines around here. Too many little ones running around.
Agreed. Will this suffice? Good time for a reunion, eh?